And here is the last affirmation for all of you. Japa Affirmation 20. I relish chanting the holy names. What is the importance of this affirmation? We want to always be in the consciousness that chanting is so sweet, so precious, and so special that I am unlimitedly grateful to be blessed with the opportunity to chant. Although chanting becomes most relishable at the stage of ruchi, which is taste, and beyond, we still want to be in the consciousness now that we are extremely fortunate to be chanting. This consciousness allows us to better relish the opportunity to chant the holy names that we are afforded every day. You might ask whether we can relish chanting just by saying that we relish it. I can guarantee that's always going to happen. But reminding ourselves that chanting is special definitely helps create a more positive attitude towards japa. In the higher states of bhakti, we will always relish chanting the holy names. This affirmation is meant to remind us that we, the soul, certainly relish chanting, even when we are not fully experiencing this. So, the conclusion: when we take a test, our performance is determined by how well we are prepared. In other words, present performance is a result of past preparation. Japa is much like this. The consciousness with which we approach our japa, for example, this is going to be blissful, this is going to be difficult, or I don't feel that I can concentrate well for 16 rounds, or I will relish chanting, or I will not relish chanting, etc. That has a huge effect on the quality of our japa. Proper consciousness can be evoked by the prayers and attitudes we bring to our japa in the moments before we begin our first round, and in the ways we think in general about what is possible or not possible to achieve with our japa. In life, we rarely go higher than our highest thought. We also rarely go further in any endeavor than what we set out to achieve. This means that where we are looking to, our goals and intentions, is much more important than where we presently stand. In terms of japa, this means what we are expecting, desiring, hoping to get from our japa in terms of quality of our chanting and the experiences we get during japa will greatly influence how much we are willing to improve our japa. Therefore, it is important for us to focus on whether we want to go with our japa rather than focus on our fears of the undesirable places we might land up. Those fears often stem from a belief that we can't always do what we know we should do. This is a problem we need to intelligently deal with because we desperately need to avoid being satisfied with poor or average japa. To not aspire after being absorbed in our rounds, or to not have the intention to experience japa on a deeper level, will almost certainly guarantee that our japa remains the same or gets worse. Fear is a belief in our inadequacy to deal with something. Doubt is a conflict between new decisions and old decisions. Whether we realize it or not, much of the quality of our japa is a decision we made long ago about such things as what we can expect from japa in terms of taste and realization, how well we can actually chant, or how Krishna consciousness we believe we can be. These decisions then become the deciding factor in how much effort we are willing to put in our japa. It's not uncommon for devotees to come to a point where they don't even try to improve their chanting, much because they think, for these and other reasons, it is not possible to do much better. If we are not satisfied with the quality of our japa, we should focus on the kind of japa we wish to create and then act deliberately to create it. Of course, we can't just make things happen because we want them that way, but because Krishna reciprocates with our desires to advance, our japa improves when we both want it to improve and make the effort to improve. Man proposes and God disposes. So, what are you proposing for your japa? What you think of as impossible to achieve might actually be achievable if you think differently. I am suggesting that you think differently about what is possible for your japa. If you want to improve our japa, we can. If you want to improve our japa, we can. How? We set our intentions on better japa and act on those intentions. So, one of two things will happen. We will either chant in ways we choose or chant according to our environment, conditioning, default japa, setting dictates. We can make that choice between our goals and our conditioning. Of course, the big question is, what will we choose? The choice for increased quality japa will give us a taste of the nectar for which we are always anxious and continually nourish our Krishna consciousness with inspiration and realization. Failing to choose quality japa is a choice for default japa. To not choose is a choice. And of course, the result of this kind of chanting will be different. I hope these affirmations will assist you in continued effort to chant more purely. Let us take inspiration from the words of Srila Sanatana Goswami. Quote, "The holy name is the highest nectar. It is my very life and my only treasure." Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And we are very thankful to His Grace Mahatma Prabhu to give us this wonderful book called Japa Affirmations. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hope you have a wonderful Japa.